The year is 1347. Europe is busy with trade, growing cities, and people exploring new lands. But something terrible is about to happen. A deadly sickness will spread across the land, leaving sadness, fear, and chaos. This is the story of the Black Death, Europe's darkest time. The Black Death, also called the bubonic plague, started far away in Central Asia. It began in the early 1340s, spreading west through trade routes. The Mongol Empire's vast trading network and the famous Silk Road helped carry the sickness to new places. People traded goods, but they also carried the disease without knowing. In 1347, the plague reached a city called Kaffa in what is now Crimea. A battle between the Mongols and Italian traders brought the disease to the city. Some stories say the Mongols threw infected bodies over the city walls to spread the sickness. From Kaffa, ships full of goods and sick people sailed to Europe. The plague first came to Europe in October 1347, arriving at a port in Sicily, Italy. From there, it spread quickly to France, Spain, and England. The sickness was unstoppable. Some villages lost all their people. No one understood how it spread, which made it even scarier. The Black Death was caused by tiny bacteria called Yersinia pestis. Fleas on rats carried it to people. Once someone got sick, they had fever, chills, vomiting, and painful black bumps called buboes. These bumps gave the plague its name. People often died in just a few days. Sometimes the disease spread through the air, making it even deadlier. People reacted to the plague in many ways. Some turned to religion, thinking the sickness was punishment from God. They prayed or joined processions, hoping to stop the disease. Others marched through the streets, whipping themselves to show they were sorry for sins. Unfortunately, some blamed Jewish people for the plague, leading to violence and attacks on their communities. The death toll was shocking. Between 1347 and 1351, the Black Death killed 25 to 30 million people in Europe, about 1/3 of everyone who lived there. In some places, it was even worse, with half the people dying. Whole towns were left empty. Fields couldn't be planted and families were torn apart. The plague changed life forever. So many people died that there weren't enough workers. This meant workers could ask for better pay, and the old system of feudalism began to weaken. Art and books also changed, showing the fear and sadness of the time. These changes laid the foundation for big ideas that came later, like the Renaissance. Centuries later, scientists have learned much more about the Black Death. They discovered how Yersinia pestis works and how it spread so fast. DNA studies have even traced the bacteria back to its origins. Today, the plague still exists in some parts of the world, but it can be treated with antibiotics. The Black Death was one of the hardest times in history. It showed how quickly life can change, but people found ways to survive and rebuild. From this dark time came new ideas, stronger communities, and a reminder of how strong people can be in the face of challenges.